graphics, as you
Drop.
Hello guys, welcome to another PKTV Productions. This is the PlayStation 4 Pro. So this is in Glacier white. As you can see, it's 1 terabyte of storage, a 4K HDR ready PS4 Pro. So let's take a look at what we have. I also have a secondary PS4 controller. If you remember, if you've seen the last video I did with the PlayStation Classic, it was a dead giveaway that I was pretty much going to get the PlayStation 4 Pro. So this is the third console opening I've done this year, and this happens to be the next caliber of step from the Vita to the PlayStation Classic to the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, let's take a look at what's in the box, and as you can see, I'm just trying to get this open and we'll get stuck into it. Right, first things first, we got our PS4 Pro documentation. You can see a quick start guide and another thing like that. And let's get the actual PlayStation Pro out of its little box there. If we can get it open. Now let's get it out of the plastic and we'll see what else we get in the box very shortly. Here it is, the PlayStation 4 Pro in Glacier White out of here, and there's the controller and various other accessories. So it's a Glacier White controller, as you can see right here. You've seen that from the previous video where I've done the PlayStation Classic. Got a HDMI cable, as well as our headset, our mono headset, if you ever use that on PlayStation. And of course we've got our USB cables, as you can see right there. That's one of them. And there's also the power cord, obviously. In this year's model of the PlayStation, coming with the PlayStation 3, you can see it's 2-prong, as opposed to how it was previously, which was a power supply. But that's pretty much all the PlayStation, as you can see right there. We've got the Glacier controller, we've got all the accessories. Pretty much everything you need to know about the PlayStation 4 is right there. We've got everything out. It's a really nice matte finish with the PlayStation 4. It's quite nice indeed. So let's take a closer look. You can see from the back here we've got all the PlayStation symbols for the controller at the back for the feet. We've got all our ports here. Everything from the 2-prong HDMI. We've got all the an extra USB port, Ethernet, and various other ports that you want there, from an AV connector, optical audio, and around the side here we've got our 2 USB 3.0 ports in the front there as well. We've got our slot somewhere in there, and there's an on and an eject switch there. So that's pretty much the PlayStation Pro from a nutshell. So let's take a look at a few other things, and I'll be back soon. Okay, let's power this thing on and see if she works. So this is on my test bench, obviously, so this is not where it's permanently going to be. So it's connected to a Samsung 4K monitor and via HDMI, and I'm just powering it up. There will not be any sound, obviously, because this is probably going to have a few bits of music and everything like that, being a PlayStation and all. So we're just heading through, as you can see right there. It's just booting up, so once that's booting up, we'll be able to get into the menu and have it all set up. Alright, we're just getting through the general back setup for the PS4, so this is pretty specific to most of the PlayStations at the moment. So PlayStation 3 was a very similar process, so PlayStation 4 is not a lot different, but there's a few other caveats to this particular one, and that is with the general setup for cameras and various other backups and transfer of data. In this case, we're just up to the stage of setting up the internet, but we'll get to those parts very soon. But you'll see in this video, there's not just the internet setup you have to deal with, there's also all the other options you have, including transferring data from one PlayStation 4 to the other, or vice versa. And also you're connecting your camera to the AV port. So in this case, you're not connecting via USB the camera, you're actually connecting via an AV port. And as I set up all the time and everything here, you'll see what I mean as we get to the next section. Okay, so we can put in media set power savings here, so we can have these all set up here if we really want to. General applications set up, we can go to power supplies, set up an internet setup for the capabilities of remote play and all that sort of stuff. You can set that up here, adjusting those power saving modes before you even get to the actual XMB. And you can see those particular options are set off by default, and some of them are set on. And you're able to select whatever you need to have if you have remote play and that sort of thing. Here is where you can actually do device data. You can transfer stuff from one to the other, but I'm skipping over that and we're just going straight into the user setup. So I'm just going to quickly set up a user. And we're here. So it didn't actually ask me to sign in as yet, but I was able to set up a offline account, whereas with previous PlayStation devices, you didn't really need to, you had to actually sign into your account. In this case, don't need to. Now, let's take a look at games. Alright, so the game I got with this particular one is Rocket League Collector's Edition. So, obviously I was going to get something that I was going to play on the Vita Remote Play. Now, that is the biggest reason why I got the PlayStation 4, is mainly for Remote Play. And having that capability of running Rocket League Collector's Edition on the PlayStation Vita anywhere in the world, or anywhere where I can possibly have internet. And you see right here, you got all the DLC. You got a Marvel DLC, which is the Flash DLC. You get a few DLC packs for battling and a few other things like that. The Collector's Edition comes with a few little things, but they're pretty much all the DLCs you get. There's not a lot of DLCs for the Collector's Edition, but it's pretty good nonetheless. So I'm just going to open up this particular game, and I might even show a little bit of gameplay as well. So this is one of the very first games that I got for the PlayStation 4 Pro, so I haven't got through, and I probably won't be doing a lot of collectors for the particular PlayStation Pro at the moment, because I'm still in Vita collecting mode. And yes, I will be coming back with a video of that down the track. So what do we get inside? So we get a collector's edition certificate, as you can see right there, and we get the PS4 disc. And let's have a look at that collector's edition. Now, there's actually a code at the back there, so I'm not going to show you guys. By the time I upload this video, though, it's already used, so I really shouldn't. But at the time of this particular shoot, which was about a week ago, I needed to be able to do that. So there's a collector's edition. You see, you got a traditional artwork there. You've got a little certificate saying this is the collector's edition of the PlayStation 4 edition, obviously. And there's the Flash content in-game release DLC. So yeah, that's pretty much that one. And that's pretty much Rocket League, all its essence. And here are the other games. So as you can see, I've got Mass Effect Andromeda, and of course the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. Now let's open up Mass Effect Andromeda, as you can see right there, and we'll open up Fallout 4 as well. Now, Andromeda I already actually opened, just so I could get the code in there and all that sort of stuff, and I also wanted to get to see if my Origin account would actually sync or not. So yeah, so this is basically Mass Effect Andromeda. Welcome to the Andromeda Initiative. It gives you a great blurb there, basically. We've got our guide, of course. So we've got Andromeda download as well as the DLC for all the suit and all the stuff that you get with it. So brilliant. Yeah, and that's pretty much Mass Effect Andromeda. And we'll just put that back in there. And we'll move on to Fallout 4. Here we go, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. So Game of the Year Edition actually comes with basically all the DLCs, a Season 4 bundle pass, as you can see right there. Pretty much everything you could ever need. Add-on comes with the Game of the Year version. And pretty much you basically have everything you need. There's one code and basically you just put it in and you'll have the entire Season 4 bundle. So let's open her up and see what we get inside. So I'm not expecting there's going to be much in this because it's not a collector's edition or anything like that. So you're not going to have anything, different or unique. And game manuals are apparently the thing of the past. So we're not going to see a game manual. We're probably just going to see, obviously here we can just see the redemption code and obviously the disc. And that is pretty much it. We have nothing else in the box. Let's have a look here at a little bit of Rocket League gameplay, but also while this is happening, I'll tell you why I got a PlayStation 4 this late in the game. So the PlayStation 4 is something I got basically this late in the game because I actually wanted to wait and see what happens. Now the PlayStation 4 actually dropped in price considerably here in Australia. We're talking a lot of G's, right down to, I think $3.99 Australian dollars. It includes tax and all that sort of jazz. And yeah, it worked out really a treat to go and get one of these. But the biggest thing that I needed to complete the Vita ecosystem was basically remote play, and that was only possible on the PlayStation 4. So I figured, what the hey, let's go for this. At least I can play Rocket League on the go on my Vita. Overall, this is one really good console and it's definitely highly recommended for the PlayStation 4 Pro. As far as I can tell you, in terms of gameplay, it works great over remote play. And this is actually an example of remote play that I'm screen recording on. And yeah, it works really well, and I definitely highly recommend it. Will I do actual streaming on this in the future? Will I get more games on this? Well, I'm not going to be collecting a lot of games probably for a while for the PlayStation 4. I do have a few games on the list, but for now I actually am still in Vita collecting mode, and probably not until the end of the year I'll probably be then focused on actual PlayStation 4 collecting. Am I freaked out about the PlayStation 5? No, because when the PlayStation 3 came out and the PlayStation 4 then came around, they were still selling PlayStation 3 games, and there was still support for the PlayStation 3. Now the biggest issue I have with the PlayStation 4 is that you can't play PlayStation 3 games. There's no backwards compatibility at all and the only options you have for backwards compatibility is to actually repurchase games that have been remastered or re-download them from the actual PSN store. So not very happy with the way Sony actually handled this time round. So definitely hope the next generation of PlayStations actually has backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 if they're calling it that. But generally for also PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 as well from the PSN store. But yeah, very happy with it so far, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will actually touch upon the PlayStation 4 in the future, just not pretty much now, but I thought I would go through this and give you a bit of a rough sort of unboxing and also preview of games that I've actually used this for and why I actually went and got this. So yeah, this is the PlayStation 4 Pro. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.